everyone. I'm here today to share my views on something very important topic. Right, you are on the way now. Now I have a small query for you. For example, you're working in a company where you have to resolve a problem. So your boss comes and tells you that you need to resolve this issue immediately. And that is something which is very difficult for you. And the answer is not very evident and apparent. And you break your head or you sort out the issue, whatever is your problem or whatever is your, what is like challenge in that particular situation. So you will try to bend down to resolve the issue, right? So what you're doing there, you're solving that particular problem, right? So that is something which you can identify it as a problem solving. And again, in another setting, like you need to monitor a group of people and you have to act as a leader. So you have to a kind of, you're like a shepherd to the sheep in your company. So there you go and follow, right? You follow, or like they follow you. They follow you. So you follow certain principles and then you will lead them as a leader. So there you're acting as a leadership and you require leadership skills. So what are all these, my dear listeners? You've been listening to all this ever since you've been exposed to so many concepts in your companies, in your software and hardware. So I would say that I would name it as soft skills. Right. These are nothing but soft skills. And not only leadership skills that I've just mentioned is only part of soft skills, but also like problem solving, professional ethics, right? And how you professional writing and how you bring out your content writing, and then how you kind of like get in and how you really go along with your colleagues in any particular workplace you're working in. So all this require soft skills, and also part of it and completion of your work, right? And how you're completing the work. So the time management is very important, to set a deadline and to be able to finish in time. So many times what happens is like we do it, but we never do that, right? So we never finish by time. So that's nothing but it's all part of soft skills. Now, in my slide, I titled as like soft skills as a door for success. So will it act as a door? Yes, definitely it will be a door for your success. I'm Sudeepthi Dondapati, working as an associate professor from the Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. So now, I'm here sometime back, like I've been discussing with you about some subtle qualities of soft skills, right? So once again, I want to bring to your notice about the definition or kind of sort of meaning or the essence of soft skills. So now we will be looking at exactly the meaning, overall sense of the term soft skills. So every nook and corner you go, anywhere in the world, and especially in software companies you're working in. So there they will be asking for soft skills trainers, and we need our employees to possess these soft skills. So what are you really worried about? So they're looking the specificity. Okay, so they're looking for this soft skills and this kind of attributes or this kind of quality or this kind of qualification or this kind of feature or this kind of name it in any manner you like. So that is nothing but you like possessing or having this soft skills. So you have soft skills, that means you are efficient enough to deal with any number of problems. And my dear listeners, do not be mistaken. Do not try to understand it in a wrong way. Please don't mistake the soft skills for hard skills. It is nothing to do with more about your core work, right? So now, soft skills are very integral skills and which are otherwise known as Like you can name in many ways, right? But then you should be aware of these soft skills. And sometimes some scholars view these soft skills as, or they find soft skills as life skills. Also, they say that these are nothing but common skills. Also, these are nothing but core skills. So, core skills, common skills, soft skills, life skills, name them in any way, but they have a common essence where an employee or a person who works anywhere needs to have all these qualities or attributes required for the completion of his responsibility. So that is the essence of, so to underline the term soft skills in one, two sentences, or to bring forth the significance of it, soft skills in one, two lines. That's what I would say. So you need required life skills for the completion of your responsibilities. Right. Now, they look for many organizations in your place, they look for these soft skills. That means they look for that particular team or a person who have certain abilities to, so that they can perform their jobs effectively, my dear students or learners or my dear audience. So always have this, bear this on your mind, that if you have the soft skills, you can lead your life in any worse situation. Take any tough situation, you can survive in that. And a person with hard skills, he may have or he may possess this kind of knowledge pertaining or related to the subject that he's into, but then a person with soft skills will be definitely able to survive in that situation. That is why we encounter or we witness many people when we go there, like even though they are not very proficient enough in that particular field, they will come, or they will come as very great winners. That means they are able to survive, they are able to withstand the tough situations that they had to encounter, and finally they come out as winners. So what are they possessing there? So what is the reason there? And what is the reason behind their success? It's nothing but soft skills. Right. So what exactly are soft skills here? So networking, time management, teamwork, creative thinking, and conflict resolution. And not only this, these are a few, right, glimpses of soft skills. And these are not alone, belong, or like these are not alone a part of soft skills. For you to have some glimpses into soft skills, I've got a few, or I've mentioned a few things on the slide. So these are personal attributes. Personal attributes in the sense, for example, I'm a very good tempered person, or I'm a bad tempered person, or I'm such a fast writer, or I'm a slow learner, or I'm a person with good, like a very good like humor, like I have sense of humor. Now, these are all personal attributes of any person. And some qualities like somebody who is very punctual, right? So somebody who is very punctual, and somebody who can like resolves issues very easily. Like, he brings a kind of understanding between two parties. So what is he doing there? He's trying to balance, or he's trying to bring out a conflict resolution out of that. So this kind of conflict resolution is very important, and this is part of soft skills. And also creative thinking or writing. So if you are working in a company, you will have to work with your boss, right? And then your boss asks for many creative ideas, so you will have to do it. So not only from one perspective you're going to see, or you're going to perform that particular assigned task, but also you're going to like add on. For example, in our setting, we not only do a particular work, but then like we try to support it with proper supportive evidence, supportive material, right? So, for example, there's a course, and that particular course, you not only teach them syllabus, but also you try to provide them resources necessary for that. And then what kind of resources? You bring up all your creative ideas and you establish yourself as a proficient and efficient performer in your company. So that's nothing but your creative thinking. And your creative thinking will certainly help you come out with flying colors in your career. Right. And networking, this is something very important, and a very few are good at this. Very few people are able to establish so many connections or important relationships with the people working alongside in a company. For instance, in a company I'm working, and there are many poles, my poles are there, my colleagues are there, and so I don't have proper interaction with them. So as a result, what happens? I cannot communicate with them. So eventually, that will result in miscommunication, and then the message is not performed, is not conveyed. So the sender doesn't send his message or her message, and the receiver won't be able to do it. And as a result, because of this gap between them, the work gets delayed. So this is all due to again our relationships. So improper relationships, bad relationships. So interpersonal relationships are very integral in our society. So this kind of even our society has this kind of barter system where you exchange things. You give this and you take that. So you exchange a kind of mutual benefit is observed in our society. In the same way, on the similar plane, like we can say that this networking also is very significant. You work in a company, you have to have very good. And for example, if I'm a boss, like I need to have very good interaction with the other higher authorities of different companies. So I have this kind of proper, and not only that, if I know them, but I should be able to get along properly. So how do you get along? Only if your communication is very good. So you should be able to have again this listening skills. If this listening skills is in place, definitely you will be able to communicate. Your speaking skills, your writing skills, and also the your necessity of understanding, comprehending things is also crux. So as a result, your networks establish. So this kind of proper establishment of relationships is very much desirable in any company. So that's why many companies, hiring companies, are looking for these soft skills. Next, teamwork. Teamwork is very important. So you work in a company, you go there and you have to manage any project or any given data or any sort of assignment. You cannot work individually. At times, you have to work with all the team members. In that condition or context, what you have to do is you should be able to monitor them. You should be able to coordinate with them. You should be able to respond to them. You should be able to communicate with them. You should be able to sit with them. You should be able to be patient with them. Only then joining hands, all hands will definitely end up in a successful project or work or what sort of assignment, manual or physical or any online, what sort of any kind of assigned project. So teamwork is very important. If any team member doesn't cooperate, then definitely that person will be the leading factor for that company or for that team to go behind or fall or whatever it is. So he misleads, or sometimes things will go wrong, and that particular group won't be able to perform better. That is why these are a few attributes of soft skills. Next, so let me give you an example. A photographer or photographers understand that how different camera settings and lighting affect the picture they are taking. So that is, and computer programmers need to know how to use programming language. So this is what is something very important. It's like you perform one task and then, or like you take one photograph, but then how effectively you're able to do. And you add many effects, you edit, and that's how you're able to modify it. So it's not only the core work, but then how you do it, like the settings you have to manage, and how you're trying to implement it, how you're trying to bring out that entire work is something that is something that belongs to soft skills. So how you perform, and what sort of help you need. Now, soft skills can be understood in many ways. So the abilities, that means soft skills abilities, are also known as, for example, I said performing a core task is, for example, is something related to hard skill. But how you perform it is something soft skills. So, for example, if you have to write a program related to the subject, that is something the subject knowledge is required. If I have to operate a camera, so you won't be able to know unless you know, or you know about this camera or take photograph, how to arrange the settings and all. So these are clearly hard skills. But how you do it, and with what kind of mindset you do it, and how good you can perform it. So a kind of team work is needed, and a kind of good temper is needed, and a kind of time management is needed. So these are all soft skills. So core work, physical work will be a hard skill, whereas how you do it, how you interact, and how you manage to do is a soft skill. So these abilities, that is, these mechanical abilities, are known as hard or technical skills. So I repair a program, or repair a particular machine, and or I want to run a machine, or I want to operate certain machines, computer sciences, or kind of like mechanical devices, or kind of any like you teach any language, LSRW, or like subject core matter of anything is hard skills. But then how you do it? So the attributes required, or the attributes or the features surround these hard skills, are nothing but soft skills, right? So they are nothing but technical skills. To learn them, you need to have that kind of knowledge, perseverance, and all that. So, for example, you need to often have this practical training as well. So, ultimately, you'll be able to understand how you can perform this, how you can perform this very effectively. Now, so communication is very important. So till now, like we've seen that networking and some kind of time management. So a few attributes we have seen, right? Some more attributes or some more components of soft skills are as follows. So your communication is very important. It is part of soft skills. And then problem solving, that we have already mentioned, and the interpersonal communication or relationships. So how interfacing them, right? Not one to one face, but interface or interpersonal. So you and the other party, second party. So how you coordinate and collide with them. Like for example, like whether you coordinate or you collide with them. So both depends. Both are against each other. So if you coordinate, then the outcome will be good. If you collide with them, or if you come against them, that will be a bad reputation. So again, interpersonal relationships, problem solving, communication, teamwork, leadership. Leadership is also very important, and one of the integral elements or components of soft skills. Why? In a company, you need to be under the supervision of a leader. So, my dear students or my dear listeners, this leadership skills are not very much good in many settings. So, when I observe, or when somebody sees that, that's what like we encountered. So, that kind of leader is not very much efficient, or if he's not able to communicate, or if he's not able to resolve your issue, if he's not able to listen to your problem, if he's not able to kind of like help you coordinate with each other, if he's not able to have this kind of one-to-one face relationship or interpersonal relationships, definitely he is not a good leader. A leader should be able to interact with everyone, and not only just interaction, but also he should be able to have very sweet communication. And at times he needs to be tough. At times, other times, he should be able to have or bear with great patience. Oh, he should be able to accept your problems. He should be able to forgive you. He should be able to be very strict on you. He should be able to do all these sorts of issues, all these sorts of features. So only then he can be called as a very good leader. Now, as I've already mentioned, soft skills as life skills, right? Greatly, these soft skills are also sometimes viewed as life skills. So, but then there's a lot of debates going on this particular terminology, life skills. But then the core or the essence or the function or the outcome of this life skill is more or less related or is more or less the same as soft skills only. So these soft skills or life skills will greatly impact the personality development of employees, my dear students. So these will impact definitely the employees of that particular organization. So only the effective healthy relationships between all members and members having or members who possess these soft skills will definitely be successful people. So they will impact the organization also that they are working in, and eventually the whole team will bring out the desirable success or targets that they aim at. So that is a point I'm trying to convey. And then secondly, this organization today recognize that professional development of their employees. So they started realizing the organizations of in that particular area or in that particular field of that particular field, irrespective of their hard and other qualifications, they started realizing and acknowledging the importance of these soft skills among the members of their company or their organizations or their institutions. So they look for, even they try to warn them to have proper soft skills while they work, when they work, while they work, or often when they work. So that is why they started doing it. So maintaining relationships with their customers, clients, suppliers, co-workers, developing a successful business. So they all will help. So they recognize if these things should be good, then definitely soft skills are very important. Now, so what happened with acknowledging or with this acknowledgement or with this realization? Now companies are looking forward to the people who have these essential skills, soft skills. So they're interviewing job seekers and they're really worried about also if they don't have, in case they're not much obsessed or much bothered about these hard skills alone. Now they're also worried about people who don't have soft skills. That is why that is very important. So it's okay if they are very much proficient in their particular work domain, but also they are looking for, these companies are looking for these particular soft skills. They know that they can teach them the most exotic technology effortlessly, but they realize soft skills are the hardest things to thrive in. So you take a person who does some mechanical job, could be in any organization, a mechanical in the sense, any kind of core work. Okay, if he's a teacher, he teaches. If he's a doctor, he treats people. If he's an engineer, he tries to, come up with so many other software things and hardware things. So whoever it is, irrespective of his field, a person with hard skills will definitely be the top one in his domain. But once or when he lacks his soft skills, definitely he will not be able to establish successful relationships with others, but also he will not bring any benefit to that particular community, organization, or any institution. So now that is why this is the right time, especially for BTech graduates, for you to it's for you. It is much beneficial, and it is good if you can have these soft skills or get trained in soft skills. That is why we are introducing soft skills as one of the important topics or one of the important subjects in engineering field. So this is something very important, and most often it's like you think students take it with a grain of salt. They feel that, oh, we all have soft skills, means like time management, leadership. So they sound very natural and very general in nature. But in reality, possessing or having time management or being punctual, is it very often you find it anywhere? No. You observe a student who comes in time to the class. No, you don't find. Or often you see an employee who works or he finishes assignments in the given deadlines. No, not many times. And in any field, you talk about a leader who named it as a leader, but then how effective is his relationships or his interpersonal relationships and communication in his particular organization? No. So these are not very easy. Then why do you think that these are why do you take it with a pinch of salt? Thinking that, oh, we are well proficient in these soft skills. No, my dear listeners, it is high time for you to reflect and ponder over this concept of soft skills. And that is up to you, and it is you who will definitely reap the fruits of success in case you get sensitized about this soft skills. Now, once again, I would like to say, if you have to define it in one sentence, you say these are traits or qualities that we possess, or attitudes, right? And habits, right? They will. So, what are these soft skills really useful? They will open doors or opportunities for other things, like the abilities that they make. So, what will they do? These abilities will make them better employees. So, in other words, soft skills, they refer and they will be applicable and or they will be useful for others to survive in any context. So now, for example, World Health Organization, for example, let me give you an example. These soft skills, they say that WHO says like these are the abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individuals to deal with the demands and challenges of everyday life. So now WHO opines that these are what soft skills are, the abilities for adaptive and positive, something very, which are something which you can inherit and something which you can really acquire, something which you can really take it and also establish for positive behavior. And so, abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individuals to deal with the demands and challenges. So, they will be able to cope with the situations that they confront. So, these are required. That is the definition or this essence of this particular opinion given by WHO. So, UNICEF also defines these skills as a behavior change or behavior development approach designed to address a balance of three areas: knowledge, attitude, and skills. Now, what are these? A behavior. So, UNICEF also finds, like says, behavior change or behavior development approach designed to address. So, that is addressed, or these three areas: knowledge area, in term areas of knowledge, attitudinal things, and then skillful circumstances. So these three areas are much focused in soft skills. Now, what do soft skills include? Soft skills include psychosocial abilities and interpersonal skills. So that we've been saying, talking about these interpersonal skills, right? So, right. So that not in that they help people take decisions, solve problems, think decisions, solve problems, think critically, right? And etc. So these are very much, they should end up in a productive manner. So there are eventually two skills. So what are they? So there are two kinds of skills. Those related to thinking skills, at the same time skills related to dealing with other social skills. So there are two kinds of skills. Those related to thinking skills and skills related to dealing with social skills. So these two are very important, thinking and social skills. So while what are these thinking skills are related to personal level, these are related to personal level, whereas social skills include interpersonal skills. So it goes out of this personal boundary, right? So it is a combination of these two types of skills that are important for achieving your success. So now, what is the need for soft skills, my dear students? What is the need? Soft skills allow us to effectively and efficiently utilize our technical knowledge. So now, when we are emphasizing so much on soft skills, are we disregarding, or are we undermining, or are we ignoring hard skills? No, we are not doing that. Instead, what we are doing is we are trying to use our hard skills by adding the soft skills to that. So you have hard skills, and what happens is when you add on the soft skills to your hard skills, then you will reproduce, or you will come out with excellent productive kind of stuff. So very productive stuff will be produced in case you add on the soft skills to hard skills. So they improve the way you interact with our bosses. So interaction is something compulsory when we have to when we work in any company or in any organization. So how well we are able to interact with them. So how well we are able to interact with our co-workers, customers, all that, right? So they help, all these things will help us accomplish our task in time. So not only about like it's not only they not only soft skills not only influence how or impact on how we feel about our work professions, but also how we perceive us. Okay, how others perceive us and how we perceive others. So how we understand each other, how we get on with, like put up with each other, and how we get on with our targets. So there is so much of need, my dear listeners. There is a gap for these. All of them possess hard skills. If you go to any section, or if you go to any area or anything, but people with soft skills are very less. And now, sometimes when I see like these customer sales executives, right? So when business people, they possess more soft skills. Why? So they want their products to be sold. So they need to have a good relationship. They need to have good, proper relationships. But many times, often we don't see other areas or other work professionals or people who work in other departments. They don't have these soft skills. So it is up to us whether we take up this very seriously or not. So the demand for and reliance on soft skills is on the increase. The demand for and the reliance, or the now because of all the factors we've discussed, soft skills received a great importance, or it's being acknowledged, and there's demand on that. So there's some constant change required in the work environment, customer driven market, information based technology, and globalization. So there's so much increase on this due to constant change those that kind of mutilation, that kind of like that kind of change or some mutation is being done there. So because of that, these soft skills are in very much demand now. Now, the development of soft skills in this market. So, what kind of development, or how they can be really taken on. So, this is very important as there is intense competition. So, in this global world, there's so much of competition, and which is why this soft skills is also the impact and the value and significance of soft skills is also increasing. The ability, or this is something, for example, the performance or the skill or the ability to develop and use soft skills can make the difference between the achiever and the non-achiever. So they can make the difference between the achiever and the non-achiever. Definitely, yes, they can cut this kind of difference. So definitely once we do this, we will be able to bring up this sort of thing. And now, in the present society, these employers or work professionals want people with efficient soft skills. So they want people with efficient soft skills. That is why. So these are key skills, my dear students. These are key skills to effective performance. So as the world changes, we need to change. That is the reason we need to do it. Right. And now many business people like to think that success is based on logical and rational thoughts, but it is to be acknowledged that human element is very important, and as the skills mentioned about. So soft skills are also important, and not only this rationality and this reasoning always persist. So skills are also important. So you take anything development, skill is very important. So that is why strong or very good soft skills is said to be or is considered to be very important. So the focus earlier in the past good olden days, or like maybe some like a few decades or a few years ago, the focus or the main light is on camera light is on hard skills only. But now slowly the emphasis is changed. So now they're able to come out with, people with a person who has a single occupation should have all these things. Now, till now, we've understood all these things about soft skills. Now, let me take you to another level. We've been talking about these hard skills also. Now, what are these hard skills? They're acquired. So, how are they acquired? And what are these? They're acquired through formal education. Generally, hard skills are kind of any, like you being a doctor or a person who does this medical coding or a person who diagnoses any kind of reports or preparation involved, or you do some kind of video editing or photo editing, whoever it is. So that particular person is said to have or these hard skills. So any work performer related to the subject seems to have, or a person will have that kind of hard skills. So how are they acquired now? So how are they acquired? They are acquired. Hard skills are acquired through kind of formal procedures like education, through training, practice programs, right? So computer programming, mathematics, and all. So job success always sometimes so it depends both on soft and hard skills. So now, what exactly, if I have to, sometimes there is a question like, can you please define hard skills? So they are like, how are they different from soft skills? So what are the most in demand hard skills that employees look for? They look for so many types. Like, what are some integral? And now also that they are part of the skill set that is required. So not only soft skills are required, but also hard skills, both. So they include the kind of expertise needed for an individual to successfully do the job. So both a conglomeration of these two qualities of both will be able to, definitely achieve or are helpful in achieving success. So they are job specific and are typically listed in job postings, job also professions. So now, these hard skills are acquired through, just like we thought, like so through job training. So you can go for any certification programs or short-term training classes or online courses, apprenticeships. Like so many things are there, like where you get trained and come out with very good hard skills. So now some top hard skills that employers want to have, that like this kind of cloud computing or blockchain or analytical reasoning, artificial intelligence or design, UX design, business analysis, affiliate marketing, sales, scientific computing, video production, and so on. And some more hard skills could be like accounting, administrative, analytics, auditing, automotive technology, banking corporation. So many are there for you to understand, hard skills, right? And also bookkeeping or budgeting or carpentry or all these useful. So you can, it's not only the things which I have put up on the screen are hard skills, but these are few that I thought of bringing out, and just to make you understand. But these are very important. These are not only hard skills, but these are a few. So now, what I want to say in conclusion is like, you cannot ignore any skill, either hard skills or soft skills. You need to have all skills in place, hard skills as well as soft skills. So you get trained, you get certification programs, or you go through any number of training programs, you will be able to acquire enough hard skills. At the same time, you will be able to, and then to improve your hard skills. So what are you going to do? You are going to do like you can attend many soft skills programs, training sessions. So all of them, like so you can go and perform there. So when you do all that, definitely you will be able to win success. And definitely, so like and also many engineering setups like colleges graduation programs or colleges, these colleges have soft skills as a specific subject. Then what will happen if you attend this? Do not take this subject very lightly, my dear audience or my dear students. Pay attention to and try to win and try to understand the significance of it in the present day market. In the light of the global demands, you have to understand, you have to pay attention, right? So everything it will be possible in case you work hard. So successful journey will always depend or is always possible only if you work hard. So knowing awareness or having awareness is very important, and then practicing will help you win the success you are in it. So hope this will be helpful to you. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.